Are you tired of your BONELAB footage looking like absolute dog shit? Well, today I'm going to show you how to turn this into this using a very simple mod called Wide-Eye. I originally installed Wide-Eye using the Thunderstore Mod Assistant. When I downloaded Wide-Eye and it told me to restart, the mod never showed up. Basically, it never even downloaded to begin with. Now listen, I'm not sure if this is a mod issue, like a compatibility problem, or if this is something to do with the actual Thunderstore Mod Assistant. So before we get started, let's get our toolbox ready. These mods right here are going to be the mods that we use in today's video. And don't worry, I'll have links to everything in the description, including some extra stuff that you might want to install as well. So the first mod you're going to download is MelonLoader. This is the mod that will read mod files onto your game. This one is essential. All you need to do is go down to the description, download the installer, install it, and update it to version 0.7. Don't worry about any of the other versions because I've tested multiples and this seems to be the one that actually works the best. You're also going to want to download BoneLib, Lua Modding Framework, Thunderstore Mod Assistant, and FieldInjector. Now to install these, it's not that complicated. All you're going to do is download the mods, unzip them, put them all in the same folder, and then go into each individual folder, find the one that says mods, and drag those files into your mods directory in BoneLab. Most people are just going to have BoneLab installed in the same spot as basically everybody else, so as long as you follow what's in the description, you should be pretty much set up. And also make sure that you manually download the Wide-Eye mod. I actually went for the later version. I don't know if the 4.0 version is broken or not, but I do know that it would not download through the Thunderstore Assistant, so I just opted to roll back to an older version and it seems to work just fine. Now that you have all your mods downloaded, we're going to go back in the game, launch the game. I'm going to show you how you can navigate to the mods themselves, and then I'm going to show you how to tweak the settings to make sure everything runs correctly. So now that you're inside the Bone menu, you will see an option called Wide-Eye. With Wide-Eye, you will be able to change your FOV from the default 75 all the way to whatever the hell you want. But honestly, I feel like 100 is enough. But there's like so many more features besides just increasing your FOV. You can also add lens distortion, auto exposure, and you can even go into third person for great cinematic shots or pretending that you're in a BoneLab sitcom. Now the lens distortion effect, it basically fixes the distortion on the fisheye that you usually use to film BoneLab. Auto exposure is also another great feature because it's basically going to make it where if you walk into a dark room, your footage isn't going to be dark and grainy. It's going to actually look pretty good instead of looking like some found footage out of a horror film. And the third person feature, that's even better because not only do you get dynamic shots because you basically have creative freedom, but it's incredibly easy to use. In order to get that to work correctly, you do need to make sure you download this mod that's on screen right now. This mod you can just download through the Thunderstore Assistant. Whenever you toggle this mod, it'll fix that problem. So now I'm going to show you like a side-by-side comparison between the default BoneLab footage, kinda lame, I know, and the wide FOV footage. Now what we can point out right off the bat is that we have a wider field of view. I mean, that makes sense. This basically gives you peripheral vision in BoneLab. This is great for your recording session specifically because it lets your audience see what you're doing. Not to mention it's also cleaner, brighter, and smoother gameplay. You can tweak through the settings. I have a list of suggestions that you should follow in a TXT file. You don't have to, but I have noticed that if you tweak the wrong things, it will break your stream cam. Like for example, whenever I tweaked the position smoothing, it actually made my camera go through my head and I could see the inside of my skull, and that shit was creepy as hell. So like, if you want your setup to look like mine, I'll drop some quality of life mods, some suggestions on how to use them in like a document of some sort. I don't know. This will be stuff like better lighting, more control over like weapon spawns and avatar upgrades, and just general upgrades that will make your BoneLab feel like a proper VR playground instead of a tech demo that was held together by duct tape. Basically, we're making BoneLab the experience it's always needed to be. So yeah, Wide-Eye, a mod that turns your BoneLab footage from why does it look like that to wait. This is kind of sick. Also, huge thanks to the Wide-Eye devs for making something that's actually good. There's not a lot of options out there, and I'm very happy that there is an option because this gives a lot of creative freedom to people that want to make content in BoneLab specifically. Anyways, I'm Chip, and I'll see you next time whenever I begin to question my life once more.